I'm gonna move.
No.
I moved.
Dang.
Hey, Zia. Pardon me, miss. Does this belong to you?
Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
Twangy.
Twangy. Child's drawing. The Calamity took everything from the era, didn't it? Besides their will to fight.
They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back.
I completed a challenge. I completed 2 challenges. Oh yeah, restore raise the required number of land pieces through travel and exploration.
The country. She's all the pieces now. But still looking good.
And then I did a cool thing with the pike.
The brushers.
You did do the thing with the pike?
Yeah.
But the Calamity found them.
That gave you some money too, right?
Oh, yes it did. I got a good chunk of money. Something pointy. Something fancy.
Something stabby.
A fine gramophone.
Oh, that seems like something.
It's a memento.
Mindermead. Interesting. You got piercing bullets with that, I'm assuming.
It's a special skill. Gonna hit that forge.
When you've got a
More damage?
More damage. That's what this pike's all about. I'm just doing some good old-fashioned poking. Let's see. Bullets ignore
armor.
Ignore armor.
Goodness.
Oh yeah. The carbine's coming back.
Every time I see Calamity Cannon, my mind goes, Calamity Ganon.
Calamity Cannon. Let's see, it's alright if we use this here. It's not like the neighbors are going to complain.
Suppose it's true.
Zia complains.
Put things in perspective.
Where is it?
This was the only traces left of the Ura civilization.
I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
After the kid wiped them off the face of the planet.
So I caught the kid's old knapsack.
Onto the rippling walls rolled by?
Mm-hmm. Do you know how to use something like this? Thought you might like it.
Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings on a little livelier.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember where it exactly was at. It might be too past the point of the game for it to just kind of hang around. But we are going to do these. Let's hit this pipe.
Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
Some strong stuff.
Maybe he's just a lightweight.
Maybe.
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past.
Who knows where?
Who knows where?
I was like, is he little? I was like, no.
He's just napping again. So, welcome to the Wave Horde survival mode thing.
Oh, neat.
Where you face off against particular enemies.
And try not to die.
And try not to die.
You seem to be pretty good at not dying so far.
I've had to do this with all idols activated.
Oh no.
Yeah, because that's achievements. This is how I ended up liking the carbine and the poke, my spear, just because the crits and damage I could do to help me survive these. But also, between every wave, you're gonna get some lore.
Yeah, he led a hard life. Is this his past?
He never knew his old man.
Yep.
But he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
We're learning about the kid.
Interesting. Was I hearing child's laughter there? Or is that just these things?
I think you're hearing the squirts.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up. But he learned to hold his own out there.
Dude, those things are going down quick with that stab.
Oh,
School
yeah.
ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
What are the rippling walls?
It's like a scouting area. Out, like, kind of in the wild. Yeah, now the
Thanks to
arena's
folks
gonna
like
start
the kid,
falling off.
Walls kept Caelondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
Basically, he was kind of just like a patrol route kind of guy
Yeah.
to kind of keep stuff outside of
Once
Caelondia.
the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
No. So she passed away while he was out.
Yep. Poke, poke.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
That sucks.
Oh yeah. Poke.
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years.
Goodness.
Hey, it's the one thing you're good at, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. Fighting.
In the
Yep.
history of Caelondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
Nobody's crazy enough for that crap.
Kid is.
You volunteered for it?
Oh yeah, volunteered for a second run and did it for another 5
There,
years.
Kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break.
Just not even give him the chance to break out of the box.
Yeah.
Poke, poke.
You got health and everything just lying all in the little heart.
Oh yeah,
Standing
I'm doing great.
marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody.
So why did the kid survive?
Sheer luck, basically.
Lucky for everybody. Since he's such like a, you know, hard dude to kill.
Yeah, he's a determined kid.
One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart.
So how old is he?
I imagine he's like a teenager to
Saw
young
nothing.
adult. I don't think they
The world
ever
used to be.
explicitly give him his age.
The calamity happened, just like that.
So he was out on patrol when the calamity happened? Out further than anybody else.
Yeah, he was just doing his
basically.
job,
All the kid had to
scouting,
work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
when the entire world just decided to fall apart. All he had was that hammer of his.
Huh. Yep.
Bye.
Went off the ledge there.
Yeah.
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I like this loadout is because one of those idol shrines is when you after you hit them, sometimes they'll just become invulnerable for a couple seconds.
So the distance is nice to have.
Yeah, because that way I can keep whittling them down. Because it's like, even if they get it,
Finally
I can just
arrived
keep my
in
distance.
Caelondia's vaunted safe haven.
And that's why I like to lean towards crits too. Make sure, you know, if I'm landing a hit, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Him and no one else.
But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name.
So now we're up to current, basically. We gonna learn the kid's name?
Nope,
Of course not.
it's always the kid.
Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the Bastion, but the kid made them real, not me.
And a reflection remains. make you work for it a little.
Yep.
Make you use your shield for the first time in forever.
I know.
I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Reflection complete.
So is everybody gonna forget once the Bastion's restored?
You'll see what happens.
You gonna turn back time?
Oof. Alright. That was a good hit on the pipe. Now we gotta check out the stock pot.
Have some food.
He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
Next up, who knows where.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
Weird. Doopily doops.
What's he thinking? Now, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once.
Time to fight a whole bunch of the wildlife.
What are we gonna learn about here?
Once there was a normal Ura girl.
Okay.
But she wasn't born in the
We're
Tesla
learning about
terminals
Zia.
like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals.
The terminal?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where the Ura are from?
Yeah. That's their
Ura
homeworld.
refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out.
Like spies.
The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father.
Sounds like a bad time for her.
Not pleasant. Let me poke you.
The father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the mancers. It's for your own good, he said.
Best you don't know what your daddy's been doing.
She
Yeah.
took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs.
I'm gonna one-shot these birds.
At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city.
Those dang other kids at school.
Yeah.
One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him.
Ooh.
Yep. Gotta fight an inculcator again. Ow.
Ow.
The young man convinced her to take him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals.
Zolf.
You'll find out.
When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out.
Owie. Quit
The
being
young man
mean.
never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult.
Yeah, they're not
It was
pleasant.
then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals.
Keep playing to run away.
Also, do you notice when the Grave Gimlet picks up, the kid gets bigger?
I did not know that.
Yeah, you have to
They
keep
would
an eye
hide
when you see
inside
the
a
Grave
garbage
Gimlet name
bin
pop
until it
up,
got
'cause that means it's
ingested by a
activated.
Scumbag. Then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal.
Dang it. Oh, come on. I hate when they get that fast. There's a very
Plan
specific
almost
timing you have to
succeeded,
do.
But the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls.
Scumbag.
Yeah, they try to escape via Scumbag. Just hang out in it while it does its thing.
Oh yeah.
Since it just, you know, it goes around and picks up trash. But they
The
got
young
caught.
man had sent the authorities a tip. Told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tassel terminals.
He framed her?
She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Returned to work for the Mansers, and she'd go free.
They wanted him to... They blackmailed him, basically.
Yeah,
Before
see?
they parted
Look how
ways
big
for
he
the
is.
last time,
Yeah.
Her father whispered a
And then once
desperate
it wears
plea.
off, he shrinks.
Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in.
So he knew he was gonna die, basically, then. Because he was gonna sabotage the Calamity.
Yeah.
Whatever, the machine or whatever he built.
She did as she was told, and deep down underground inside that den, she found a journal written in her father's hand.
You?
Yeah, that's me, with a hammer.
Nobody can kill the kid except the kid.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the Calamity all around her.
Reflection complete.
My favorite thing is they're all sleeping in that sleep pose. All those clones we had to beat up.
Yeah.
When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it.
Oh man. I ate a lot. I smoked. Now it's time for a nap.
It's hard to
Nappies.
sleep easy these days, what with everything that's happened. Zolf. Very soon the kid's gonna have to face that man again. For the last time.
This about Zolf.
Yep, time to learn about Zolf.
When are we gonna learn about Rux?
Who knows?
You're black and white now.
Yep. Very faded.
Desaturated even.
Poke.
Dang. He's getting messed up.
They met on the worst day of Zolf's life. There in the Hanging Gardens, he aimed to throw it all away.
Hold still and let me poke you.
It wasn't the first time Zolf had nothing to lose. He was born to a simple Ura couple who didn't last long before plague took him. He grew up hungry in the tunnels of the Tassel terminals, so he took to stealing from a Ceylonian missionary living there. once got sloppy with his thieving hands. The missionary caught him, but didn't rat him out. Instead, he offered to take him in.
Okay.
That missionary raised Zolf like a gentleman, like he was his own son. Taught him theology, history, and mercy.
Damn smart boy.
Then he did something stupid. They're tiny chickens.
Yeah, they're very tiny. Throwing pebbles at me.
Yeah. Do they do as much damage as the big ones?
I think so.
Of course they do.
It's easier to dodge them at least. They're just harder to hit because they are smaller.
Harder to see the pebbles.
Yeah.
When the missionary passed away, Zolf promised to continue his work to bring about a lasting peace between the Ura and Zealandia.
What are you doing out there?
Yeah, get back here.
Zolf started teaching the missionaries wisdom to any Ura who would listen. And listen they did.
Well, they listened alright.
Did they listen well? Ow. No, no.
None of that.
None of that spawning, please. I'm gonna keep poking you.
Don't need no mob generators, please.
He advocated tolerance and argued that the Ura should atone for the war. He believed the city had much to teach his people.
Too slow. One shot. I'll be the one that gets him. Oh god.
However, Zolf felt he could only do so much in the Tassel terminals. He needed Zealandia to know the Ura had changed.
Oh.
He decided to do what the missionary did many years before. He left the city of his youth to brave a savage land.
He's trying to turn his people, basically. And end the war.
Well, the war's over. It's just to keep things peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's still some hostility between the two people, but they're no longer at war. So it's like, no, everyone's improved now.
And on his way there, they all got blown up. Wow.
The journey was hard, but he knew how to fend for himself. And then at last, Zolf saw the rippling walls on the horizon.
Trying to be sneaky? No.
Very ninja-like.
He endeared himself to city folk straight away, and in turn he fell in love with the city and its people. One in particular.
Jeez.
Now imagine trying to do this with all the little god idols
I
active.
cannot even.
You are just constantly poking, rolling,
All those chicken spawns you kill like 5 of them at once, and then just grenades just fall out everywhere. No. None of
This
that.
young lady was fascinated by the Ura, but she never met anyone like Zolf. She told him she knew all the city's best kept secrets. The Hanging Gardens was their favorite spot. It was there that Zolf clasped her hands and proposed in proper Zealandian style.
Was that the girl with the ribbon?
Perhaps. Poke.
He celebrated with his friends long into the night. Joy and revelry like he'd never seen. Too bad he couldn't remember it all.
It's a fun time. Ow.
Ooh.
It's all right.
He hit hard.
Yeah. There.
He woke up alone underground inside the Ura-Celandian War Memorial, built like an Ura-den. But something was wrong.
So 4 away.
Yeah. Should be alright, though. I just gotta remember, yeah, they're bringing out the really tough variant now of that enemy.
That thing's gonna explode.
Yeah, it's a exploding bullet. Help me thin down some numbers. Especially these pebble slingers.
It's an eyeball.
Yep.
He emerged from that hole in the ground into a waking nightmare. Everything that wasn't gone was twisted upside down.
Big eye.
I can see a little bit. Myself was kind of perturbed.
Quit shutting your darn eye.
The world was frozen, air thick with ash. What few faces he saw on the street stared back at him with gray and vacant eyes. He found his wife-to-be asleep inside her home, but when he reached out to her, she joined with all the ashes in the sky.
No.
Like, I kind of figured his wife didn't make it. He didn't have to make me kill a bunch more people just to get that.
They gotta make sure you're ready, though. Poison.
Oh, oh. Oh.
And so Zolf returned to where he proposed in the Hanging Gardens. And there he stood, as if the gods would answer him.
He just waited.
Mm-hmm. That's how he was when we found him.
Interesting.
Yep. Now you learned a little bit more about some of the characters.
The kid's gonna be okay. As for that man, who knows?
We will find out, as now it's time to go to the next level.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
It's just
Oh.
so much.
Yeah, and now we got the Mancer Observatory. We'll do this real quick.
Do the calamity gun.
Though
Yeah.
probably didn't know they would be watched from Mancer Observatory. It was the perfect spot to test something no one's meant to know about.
A big gun.
The very
The
big
truth
gun.
was something about the place drove the windbags crazy.
Windbags don't like it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to destroy those, are you?
No, we're supposed to protect them. Oh, this is so hard to use, though.
Seems a little difficult.
Yeah, I remember not having fun with this, even with like PC controls.
A thing like that takes getting used to.
Even with a mouse, it's hard to aim.
Yeah.
Well, you got one left, and you're gonna blow up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna return to the Bastion just to show you what you have to do for that one. Yeah, that takes some practice, and I don't have time for that. Hey, we gotta fix the Bastion. It's time to go.
Nobody's got time for that.
No one's got time for that. All right, Tazzle Terminals.
The Tazzle Terminals. All that's left of the Ura civilization. and the last stop on his little journey.
Here we go. Once you enter this area, there is no turning back. Are you ready?
Point of no return.
Yep. Good old points of no return.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away.
But I still hear that
But he'll
splat
be
sometimes.
I'm very confused
Just
about
needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home.
what, like, how he can see and hear him off in the distance like that.
Yeah, they never really explained that.
The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all.
Well, there is a theory,
You know why Zolf
but it never,
back
like, got proven or disproven.
Which is...
I can explain a bit later.
Okay.
Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting.
During credits time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting
You know
fast.
what's funny? Zolf's waiting. We're waiting.
How you hold up?
Are waiting for a kid.
All waiting for a kid. Oof. Poison.
Yep. Poke.
Stabby.
Look around. There's
Give
not
him
much left
stabs.
to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
So you gonna tell us a story?
Might be telling Zia a little story while we're off doing our thing.
I wanted to hear a story.
No, we're too busy doing this.
I mean, you are.
Maybe I want to hear the story
I
too.
want to hear a story.
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete.
I like how it's not if the kid brings out the shard, it's like,
This
oh, he's gonna
disease,
bring it back.
Yeah.
It will go
It's like,
away.
oh, I know he will. Poke, poke.
Oh, there's one over there.
There's one hiding behind some objects.
Archway.
Zealandia will be whole again.
Ooh, ooh, wow.
Yeah, that big guy coming in strong. Shoot.
Everything will be back.
Health was
to
just
normal.
dropping like a rock there.
Yeah.
Everyone
There
will
we
be
go.
all right. Problem is, we'll all be gone.
What? So everybody in the Bastion will die.
We'll see.
But we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
I'm very confused.
Things will go back to the way they used to be. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. The way things were before this story.
Hopscotch.
Good times, right?
So it's a reset? So won't they just do what they did again?
Think of all those times that didn't go
Well,
your
you
way.
never know. So I'm just gonna hop along and get to Zolf and the Shard, you know. Oh, he just zipped off completely.
All of life's little setbacks.
Are we gonna do like a
Imagine if you could
Jumanji
actually
thing?
go at 'em.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Time to go.
No mistakes.
Quit chasing me.
allow your father to get blackmailed this time.
See ya. I'm out of here.
Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand?
How far back we talking?
Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
Hey man, I just woke up.
Ow.
Come on, keep your chin up. Who am I kidding?
Yeah. The big spear dudes hurt a lot.
Yeah, they do.
There's something else. A confession.
Uh-oh.
How come I know so much about the Bastion? You follow me?
Has he done this before?
Well, I designed the place. But that's beside the point.
He made the Bastion.
Is the stranger the kid?
That's actually a popular theory.
Get
There's
it?
one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is...
You don't?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
Yep. Not a clue.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
I'm so confused now.
Don't worry, we're near the end of all this.
My mind's just like, oh. What are the implications
The
of
weight
this?
of the calamity
Now we've got the ultimate
on our
weapon.
shoulders. We
Battering
can't just let
ram.
it go.
Got a strike and a slam.
Goodness.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Oh yeah? What else it do?
I don't know if I went the right way. Because you're very slow with this.
I see it takes up both of your weapon slots
Yep.
too, because the two different
If ever the
usages.
monument blew
Yep.
out, then we couldn't repair it.
Oh, there you go.
Still, evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
So go back, get everybody to the Bastion, and just take off into space.
Just leave.
Bye.
See you later.
A mass evacuation.
You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without
Hey.
a fight, don't you?
Do you slam? Yeah.
Just gonna walk along now. See ya. Poke. Poke.
Zolf
I've got a
and
big
Mira,
stick.
I got
all
a
they
very
want
big stick.
now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between Mira and Zealandia.
It's kind of a sad thing.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out.
Eh.
Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he?
Hey, it's the
Tried to
shard.
organize plans warn a kid.
I took out your friends. Where you go?
Running away. He knows you can't run.
Yes, come straight towards the giant battering ram.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter.
Oh yeah.
It ain't a simple matter of pride either.
AoE!
Yeah, just do a big hit.
Did we get it?
Yeah. Now we did.
One thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Just gonna walk along with my giant battering ram. Oh no.
Are they beating up Zolf?
They're beating up Zolf. Why you do that? Alright. So now we get choices. Do we move on, abandon Zolf's body, and press forward with the battering ram? I think it's hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Earl only brought more suffering. All that matters is the safe return of the shard. Or take Zolf, abandoning the battering ram and pick up his body instead. He's badly injured, but breathing. It appeared his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet...
We should take Zolf.
Let's take Zolf.
I did say I was kind of
I can
feeling
see
bad
it
about
now.
Zolf.
Kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
So I'm assuming you can't attack now.
We cannot attack
Don't
at
you
all.
worry though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright.
Assuming you're gonna take some hits.
You ain't
Perhaps.
still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
Yeah. Are we saying we don't think the kid's gonna make it out of this one?
No, he'll make it.
You don't have any healing left.
I know, I'm out. It's a desperate situation.
We got a whole crisis core situation going on here.
Sweet home, I see.
Should probably went back and picked up that health potion.
Nah, it's fine.
Burning for me, mother,
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I'm here.
What happened?
That one guy was still firing, and he got
Probably
knocked
dealt
down
with
for
Zolf
it.
by now.
Okay.
Yeah, they've stopped hostilities because of what we're doing. We're not fighting back. We're just leaving.
It reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
See? That's what it feels like.
It really does. And they never gave a direct answer.
Well, the kid's also the only one in the game that you
Hey,
never learn
kid.
their name.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the stranger, you learned his name.
Yeah.
Get up, kid.
I'm trying. Ugh.
I've been faceplanting too many times.
Come on, that ain't funny. I said get up.
Ugh. Eh. Okay.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk.
All right.
The Bastion. It's finally finished.
Everything's looking better now.
Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long
monument.
goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you've done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
Yeah, I got questions.
Who do you want to talk to? Rux or Zia?
Can you only talk to one?
You can talk to both.
Okay, let's start with Rux.
Alright.
Hey, kid.
He's even got the thing. He's even got the gear
yeah,
on him.
Yeah. Ask about the Bastion's restorative powers. What will it feel like when the Bastion fixes everything?
You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
If you could go anywhere, would you go back or somewhere else?
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
There's a motherland?
Mm-hmm. And Ura Sigil. He never learned the whole truth, did he?
Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
At the end of their careers, the marshals used to return their badges to the city.
You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
And Pecker Nest. The Windbags, the Beasts of the Wild, the Ura, they fought so hard to stop this moment.
Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
Alright, it's all our Rux. Now it's time to talk to Zia.
We made it.
Do you think this is going to work? What do you think I should do?
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
So she has voice acting now, I see.
For the finale, yep. If you could go anywhere you wanted, where would you go?
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
His own people turned on him when his plan to destroy the Bastion faltered.
Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
They were very brave, but there was nothing left for them but their revenge.
When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up.
Then harp guitar. Isn't there some moment in your life you wish you could go back to?
Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Tom, assuming you get the choice to either leave or
Here's the
restoration.
Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution: this process will restore a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or evacuation. Initiate the Bastion's evacuation protocol. Caution: this process will cause irreparable damage to the core receptacles.
Receptacles?
Disabling the restoration protocol.
I'm leaning more toward evacuation because I feel like restoration, like, they're just gonna make the same mistakes again.
You know what the funny thing is? You're right.
Because it seems like they'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on with you here.
Isn't that like a weird way of saying that? You know?
Go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
I set myself
Interesting little game. I wasn't expecting the story to be as, I guess, good as it is, you know?
Oh, yeah. And we're technically not done yet. Because depending on your choices, little pictures will pop up during the credits of, like, it factors in if you brought Zulf with you or you left him, or if you restored or evacuated.
I figured. So there's like 4 different results.
4 minor variants. Well, 2 major things and 2 minor variants depending on if Zulf's with you or not.
Yeah.
If you rescued him or not. Because yeah, that legion of enemies that stop shooting at us, yeah, the batter ram, you're gonna go take them out.
Yeah. I feel like this is the best ending for them. I mean, the Ura people is still around.
It is. It implies if you do the cycle, the credits basically show that the events just repeat.
Yeah.
And it just keeps repeating and repeating. But yeah, really good showing for the team's first game.
I see he's cooking now. Is this Zia singing?
Yep.
Who's the other one?
Zulf.
Okay. Does that change?
No.
I was wondering if it was just her if
No.
you didn't save him. I have to look into other theories about the stranger and everything. What was the theory you were mentioning? Is it
was
that the kid is the stranger?
Rux and Kid are the same person. That was a popular one because once you beat the game, there's actually another who knows where level, and it's about Rux.
Okay, so the thing I was asking about earlier.
Yeah, and what he does for his level is he's remembering an old children's book. That's like, it's like an ABC's book where it's like A is for this, B is for that, with using like the Bastion's world terms. And he kind of gives some hints here and there about certain actions, but he doesn't really give away anything either.
Interesting.
It's something they like added as an update down the line. In addition to like some of the extra modes and stuff, like there's a score attack mode, which is you start fresh and get through the game and try to get as many points as you can. And then yeah, it's just you can always new game plus anytime, even if you choose this ending.
Yeah.
So you can get more levels, get better equipment and gear, and collect everything.
Of course, it's a very.
It's a very short enough game to be very repeatable.
Yeah, just give it another run.
Yeah.
Get the rest of everything.
And I did. I
100%.
100% of this game. It's a good time. They started really strong.
Yeah.
There really isn't a bad game among them. Like I never heard much bad things about Pyre. That's the only one I haven't played yet.
Is that prior to
That's
or
the game,
after Transistor?
That's after Transistor. That's the game they made before Hades.
Okay.
Because apparently one of the things about Pyre is it requires multiple playthroughs to get the full story. But most people only played through it once and that was it. And they were like,
yeah.
we don't like that. So what can we do for our next game to fix that? And that's when they figured out the Hades loop cycle of how... Because the cool thing about Hades, even after you've quote-unquote beat the story, there's reasons to keep playing.
Interesting.
There's several reasons to keep going. It's awesome.
Surprisingly, it's a game I've only played 15 minutes of it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a single stinker among Supergiant Games' stuff. It's great. So,
Impressive.
yeah.
Have they only done the 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. It takes them a couple of years because it's a small team.
Yeah, they're a pretty small team, so
Like-
I'm sure it takes them a while to get something completed.
I think the main development team consists of only like 10 to 12 people.
Jeez.
Yeah,
It's such a tiny team.
It's a tiny team in this day and age.
That's why the scroll here is so slow. Or else
Yeah.
it'd be done
And
so
then-
fast.
And they're thinking like everybody
yeah.
because the actual team is very small.
Powered by Mono.
Yeah, they've been around for over 10 years. 2011.
So I see the gear here, and like I said, you know, the kid has it, and then the stranger has one as well.
Yeah, that's another one of the popular reasons why that theory is so strong.
Didn't they say something about there only being like one of those earlier on in the game?
I think they do. I don't quite remember.
It's really odd.
And that's Bastion.
Well, thanks everyone for coming along.
Fun times.
Catch you later.
See you later.